This is the Padres POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the San Diego Padres. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, Padres fan? Welcome to your Padres POSTCAST in the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. My name is Jim Grieshaber. Call me Grease, and a good one tonight, San Diego. A good one tonight. You avoid the sweep in Houston, and you win a close one, 3-2. You're still not getting a ton of hits with runners in scoring position, but you win a close one, 3-2. It's really Fernando Tatis 3, the Houston Astros 2, and, Dylan Cease pitched a pretty good game tonight, his best outing of the season so far. The bullpen lights out, as always, with Adam and Suarez just killing them at the end of the night. So 3-2 the final. They avoid the sweep, 16-6 now, staying in first place in the NL West for the San Diego Padres. Great night to have you here. Appreciate it. My name is Jim Grieshaber. Call me Grease. Got a little festive tonight. Got the colors out, got the gold, got the every time I come around your city, bling, bling. You know what I mean? You had to. I mean, the Padres avoiding the sweep tonight. Fernando Tatis, what a game he played. We'll tell you all about Fernando's night, and he extended in the first inning. In the first inning, he extended his streak on base, and that is now 21 games in a row on base for Fernando Tatis Jr. So all that and more coming your way. My name is Jim Grieshaber. Call me Grease. GRIES at Jim Grease _ on social media. I want to thank you for being here, making us your first watch/listen of the day. And you know how much we appreciate you here on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. And, it's just something that we really do. We know you have options. We really appreciate you being here with us. It's day in and day out with Javi, with your Locked On Padres podcast, myself with the POSTCAST. Thank you for making us your first watch/listen every day. And we are free on YouTube right here. We're free on Roku. You're down with OTT. Yeah, you know me. This whole party, we're partying tonight. Sunday night party in the gas lamp. And, of course, we're free wherever you get your podcasts. That'd be Spotify, Apple, iHeart, you name it. And that is us with your Locked On Podcast Network and your Padres POSTCAST. And one more thing real quick. Tonight's episode of your Padres POSTCAST is brought to you by Monarch Money. And Monarch Money help you take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year with Monarch Money on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease. And 3-2 the final tonight. Fernando Tatis Jr. It's the Fernando Tatis Jr., Jason Adam, Robert Suarez game. I mean, he hit a tie-breaking solo home run. Fernando did. Scored all of the Padres runs in the game tonight. They avoided the sweep, as we talked about earlier. Hit the home run off Taylor Scott, Fernando did. Of course, he homered yesterday as well, but straightaway center, 427 feet. This dude can run the bases, as we saw tonight when he scored from second base on a double play ball off the bat of Bogarts, right? It's a double play ball. Baltimore chop, which is a high chopper out towards second. Second baseman running in, fields it, steps on the bag, throws to first, in the dirt, late for the double play. Ball bounces up. Fernando alertly never stops, scores. Later in the game, did the same thing when the ball caromed out to right field, easily scored. And then a triple. You know what I'm saying? After that, a triple. Runs himself into a triple. Just phenomenal base running by Tatis all the way across the board. What up, everybody? Hey, while you're here, smash that subscribe button. Hit the bell so you know when we're coming your way with more content. And, of course, come on into the chat and say what's up. What up, Kaz? Says Tatis carried the team today, no doubt. And he said Luis back in the clubhouse. Yeah, Luis Arraez, that's one update, as he was nailed in the head with an elbow on a bunt. 20 years ago, they wouldn't have even taken him off the field on a stretcher. But precautions, and he's fine. Luis Arraez is fine. And by the way, with Jackson out and with Cronenworth out and with all the struggles the Padres have had with runners in scoring position, look, Dylan Cease, 2 runs on 6 hits, 6 strikeouts in 5 innings tonight. An inning and a third for Electricob, and he was good. And then Robert Suarez, and I don't know, man. It was just Jason Adam, phenomenal as well. 2 outs in the tying run on second in the 8th. He gets the strikeout of Victor Caratini. It's pretty interesting the way the Padres have been winning games this year. And, the struggles that they've had recently with runners in scoring position, that's real. And it wasn't great tonight either. It was not great tonight, 1 for 8, but they did get the win. So things are a lot better when you get the win. It's your Padres postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day with the audience peaking. I want to remind you one more time that we're free here on YouTube. We're free wherever you listen to your podcast, which would be Spotify, Apple, iHeart, you name it. And, of course, we are free. You're down with OTT. Yeah, you know me, this whole party. It used to be OPP. We used to be down with OPP, but now we're down with OTT, over-the-top television on Roku with your Padres postcast. And, of course, every day we got your Locked On Padres podcast with Javi, who does a phenomenal job. And, man, oh, man, the Padres just continuing to give us a lot of things, a lot of material for the show as we roll along with your Padres postcast. Here's what we're doing.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Talk to the hand. Nothing can stop the claw. Talk to the hand. That dude is just unbelievable. Fernando Tatis Jr. in the mix of everything for the Padres, and you know how Fernando gets down. 2 for 4 tonight, 3 runs scored, an RBI, had the homer, had the walk. He did strike out twice, but he's hitting .358 on the season. His on-base percentage is .436, slugging .691. Just unbelievable. He hit his 7th home run tonight, Fernando Tatis Jr., and when you think about how his year has started, just a really, really great start to the year for him. It's hard, and that's his 8th home run of the year, by the way. 7th was yesterday, but he had a triple and a home run tonight, scored all 3 of San Diego's runs, scored from second on a double play ball that was a double play attempt that was thrown in the dirt, never stopped coming around third, and scored, ran himself into a triple, later came around and scored easily, and he just has been so phenomenal, so fast, taking the extra bases. He shortened up the swing, but the home runs are there. Just an incredible night. This is what we're talking about. It was the Fernando Tatis game. You know, I mean, it was, and then there's a little bit of this dude thrown in there tonight as well, Robert Suarez. Look at the audience peaking and surging right now. Jason Adam as well had himself a game tonight, pitched well again tonight for the Padres as well. So they're celebrating in San Diego. As good as that bullpen has been, there's Adam. Look at the audience surging, and Luis Arraez was knocked down and almost knocked out completely tonight. He was carted off on a stretcher, but I've been told he's back in the clubhouse and everything's good there. But we don't know. Thank you, Kaz, for that. Not sure if he'll be back in the lineup tomorrow or not. But a great, great job by the Padres to get the win. 3-2 tonight. It was Fernando with the run scored from second on the double play ball. He hit the triple, scored from there, hits the homer later. It's all Fernando tonight as he had an incredible game. And, you know, you look at what Dylan Cease did with the 6 hits allowed in 5 2/3. He really kind of ran out of gas like King did last night. Happened to King last night in the 6th inning, and the same thing happened to Cease tonight. And it's a different game than it used to be. But, you know, you have those 3 relievers coming in and getting the job done tonight. It's your Padres postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease. We're free on YouTube, free wherever you get your audio podcast, free on Roku. Shout out Isaiah Gordillo. What up, bro? Let's go Padres. That's right. Is that Gordillo or Gordillo with the 2 L's? Gordillo. I'll go with Gordillo. All right. A good job by Fernando tonight to take those 2 runs on the base paths, also with the home run. Best player in baseball right now? I'd say so. And then when you're looking at, by the way, the standings right now for the Pods, and a lot of people are talking about this division, as we've been saying all year, being the best in baseball. You have to keep winning to stay on top of the Dodgers, who are 16-7, the Giants, who are 14-8, and the Diamondbacks, who have been playing better at 13-9. So you got 16-6, 16-7, 14-8, and 13-9. You know what I mean? The D-backs at 13-9 would be tied for first place in the AL Central or the AL West, and a game back in the AL East and the NL Central. And instead, they're way back in the standings, all the way in 4th place in the National League West. But what a win by the Padres tonight. 3-2, the final. The bullpen getting it done again with Adam and Suarez nailing the door shut. Fernando Tatis, it was all about him tonight. Sometimes you need your superstar to pick you up, put you on his back, score all 3 runs, and let's get out of here and avoid the first sweep of the season for the Padres. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease. All right, from Phoenix. What up, Jaybird 602? LFG SD, Jaybird 602 from San Diego. Appreciate you, Jaybird, and I love you too. All right, Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease. 3-2, the final. We're going to hit a break and tell you about a couple of amazing deals from great sponsors we have. Our partners are able to give you such a great deal because we have over 200 shows. It's aggregate, it's programmatic, and you are the winner. Still to come, your stars of the game. Still to come, your turning point. We'll get you ready for the next series coming up as well. It's Padres POSTCAST on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease, rolling along on your Sunday. Pods win. Pods win. All right, and I get a chance to tell you about my friends at Monarch Money. And Monarch Money is so important when you think about the things that happen day in and day out in this thing we call life. And one of the things that I'm always doing, and I've been doing it for years, and I'm checking my bank account. I'm wondering, where did all my money go between dining out, online shopping, and entertainment? It's easy to lose track. That's where Monarch Money comes in, your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money is not just a budgeting app, right? It's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place, so you stop just managing your money and start building wealth. Surprising insights for me. I'll tell you what, when I started using Monarch, I realized just how much I was spending on food delivery, and I'm going, no, not anymore. Now I budget smarter and save more. Not really. It's just what the copy says. But you can budget smarter than I do. And yeah, all they can do is lead me to water is what I'm saying. All-in-one convenience is real with Monarch. Instead of juggling multiple apps, you can use Monarch to check your finances, track spending, even plan long-term goals. All right here in that bad boy with Monarch Money. Easy collaboration. Managing money with your partner is smoother than ever. You can track shared and personal accounts, set goals, stay on the same page without the stress. So do what I do. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com. Code LOCKEDONMLB for half off your first year with Monarch Money on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. All right, one more to do for you before we keep it rolling with the show. No, actually, there isn't one tonight. No second spot in that break. But with that, we get a chance to remind you that, hey, tonight's episode of your Padres POSTCAST is presented by Monarch Money. You just heard me talk about Monarch Money. Also want to remind you that we're free every single game, right after the game with your Padres POSTCAST on YouTube, right here, Locked On Padres podcast channel. We're free right here, and Hobby's free every day with your Padres podcast. And then after the games with the postcast, we're free on YouTube, like just said, free wherever you get your podcast. That means Spotify, that means Apple, that means iHeart, Stitcher, Podbean, all the above. Can't promise I'm going to wear this every day, but I'll be here after every game. And we are free. It used to be you down with OPP. Yeah, you know me. I was in college. Everyone was down with OPP in college. Now it's OTT. Yeah, you know me. This whole party, over-the-top television. We're on Roku. We are free there as well. And Jaybird602 says, a little concerned about hitting with runners in scoring position. Too many chances to put the game away. You know what I'm saying? It's not 70%, Chris. It's actually about 2 minutes in the middle, but that's how things get done in the business world. But I'll tell you this, man, great win by the Padres, 3-2 the final. And Jaybird, yeah, runners in scoring position. Runners in scoring position has been a problem lately for the Padres. They were 1 for 8 tonight, 1 for 7 last game, and 2 for 10 the game before. So this series, they were miserable with runners in scoring position. Fernando carried them to the win tonight. There's no way to sugarcoat it. There's no way to sugarcoat it, Jaybird. There really isn't. There really isn't. So I would say this, and 3 runs on 10 hits for the Padres, 2-7-1 for the Astros, and the Padres have been killing the baseball. Their hit totals are high, but they're not getting those big hits when they matter. Fernando had the homer tonight. He manufactured the runs, but still with runners in scoring position tonight. And again, I just told you the numbers. With runners in scoring position, they're 1 for 8. Iglesias 0 for 2. Bogarts 0 for 1. Gurriel 0 for 2. Gonzalez 0 for 2. Sheets 1 for 1. It was Sheets tonight who came in for Arraez, who I'm told is okay, is doing better. But yeah, the nice win. The Padres stay in first place at 16-6, and you need to keep winning in this division with the Giants and the Dodgers, and of course the Diamondbacks nipping at your heels. You know what I mean? And let me see. Dream 1942 couldn't watch the game. Feel like they get really swing happy when we're loaded, or at least 2 on base. And, that's a good point. That's a good point. Dream, JR, EAM 1942. They do get swing happy. A lot of guys swinging at the first pitch. Arraez did it to end the game last week. Manny did it yesterday when he made an out into a double play on the first pitch. They're aggressive with the sticks. If they get up there and they see a pitch they like, they're going to swing. Tatis is on fire, Jason. No doubt about it. Also against the Cubs. Yeah, you're right, Jaybird 602. They have not been hitting with runners in scoring position throughout the season, but Jackson Merrill out, Cronenworth out. You think about that, and the guys who have had to come in and play. Been lucky that Sheets has gotten off to a good start this year. You've got no hitting from the catching position at all. So you kind of knew that this is a top-heavy lineup. And even with those guys healthy, with Jackson Merrill and Cronenworth, that's going to help a lot. And you're wondering, will they make a deal before the deadline this year? And Javi will talk about it a lot more than I will day in and day out on your Locked On Padres podcast. But, man, they need another stick in this lineup, I believe. I believe they need the stick in this lineup. I think Tatis is one of the stars of stars in this game. And you got Manny Machado, who's a great 3-hole hitter. They need that 4-hole guy. They need that big stick. They need that mammoth guy in the middle putting up numbers is what they need. I do believe that. Is Darvish nearing a return soon? I'm hearing it. You keep hearing the same things I'm hearing, that he's nearing a return. But do they really right now want to rush him? I mean, look, you wonder if Kyle Hart is going to be around long at all. He'd be the guy who's out. Pivetta, they signed him on a great team-friendly contract, so Pivetta's going to be there. It's going to be Vasquez or Hart, the spot starter, 5th guy, whatever, when Darvish comes back. And then think about Musgrove late in the year if he's able to make it back. While you're here, real quick, smash that subscribe for us if you don't mind. The numbers help us a lot, and definitely enjoy that. And thank you to our sponsors for giving you great deals and helping you as you help us. But the deals you get are phenomenal with the companies that we work with. And, of course, the Padres have made it easy this year, and they've made it real fun with this record and the way that they've started the season. All right, a couple of quick things to get to before we get on out of here. Smash subscribe, hit the bell so you get the alerts when we're coming your way with more content. Come on into the contents and say what up. We've been talking all show. You know what I'm saying? All right. There we go. Sorry, guys. And come on, StreamYard. I know you got this for me. Come on.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
I think the turning point for today's game was when Fernando Tatis got dressed. I'm being serious. The dude's 2 for 4. He scored all 3 runs. He scored from second on what would have been a double play ball. Charging second baseman, steps on the bag, turns and throws it to first. It's in the dirt. Fernando's is gone. Read it right the whole way as that ball was bobbled by the first baseman. He went toward right field to chase it. It was 5 feet away from him. Easy score for Fernando. He triples later, scores easily, and then he hits the solo homer. Second one in 2 days. 8th on the season. Best player, I think, in baseball right now is Fernando Tatis Jr. So there's your turning point when Fernando Tatis Jr. got dressed, but really in the 7th inning. Obviously the real turning point was in the 7th inning when the game was put away. And obviously you know how that happened in the 7th inning. That was Fernando Tatis Jr. working his magic yet again. And, I mean, when you're that good, you just kind of look at your hand and you're just like, man, you know what I mean? Like, am I even human at this point? And there he is one more time. Just an unbelievable night for him. So one more thing to get to before we're done, like it's not a foregone conclusion.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
All right, the player of the game. There's a couple of honorable mentions, and I'd say Dylan Cease was pretty good tonight as well, because Dylan Cease was his best start of the season, and you really need him to pitch well. 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 6 strikeouts. Had the fastball popping, high 90s tonight. That's Jason Adam, though, not Cease, by the way. Adam did a great job tonight in the back end of the bullpen, along with Suarez, who's been so great all year long. Lights out. Both of those guys phenomenal tonight, but once again, it's on. There's the man right there. Your player of the game, scored all 3 runs, hit the homer, Fernando Tatis Jr. All right, the Padres in the midst of this road trip going to another great baseball city in another great ballpark. And yeah, I know I said Houston's a great baseball city. The environment, the atmosphere is great there. And now you're going to Detroit to play the Tigers. And then you're going home for the Rays. And then the Giants come in for the first time. How about some division games coming up? But you have the Padres going to Detroit to play the Tigers. These two teams, of course, the 84 World Series. But the Tigers pretty good so far this year at 13-9. The Pods at 16-6. And the first game will be tomorrow. It is an early first pitch. It's a 3:40 first pitch for us. And so that means that we'll have an early postcast as well. Randy Vasquez gets the mound tomorrow for San Diego against Montero for the Detroit Tigers. And we'll be here right after that game with your Padres postcast. That's right, as we do after every game. Tatis, baby. That's right. Got to wait till June to play the Dodgers, Jay Bird. But think about it, the disrespect the Dodgers have for the Padres in a 3-game series, first one of the year at Chavez Ravine. In 3 days, the Dodgers on night one are giving away a Freddie Freeman bobblehead, the World Series MVP. And then on the second night, they're giving away a replica trophy of the World Series. The third night, they're wearing the gold uniforms. All to throw that World Series title in your face. All right, thank you so much to all of you in the chat. You've been dope night in and night out. Really appreciate you watching, listening. We're free here on YouTube. We're free wherever you get your podcast. That means Spotify. That means Apple. That means iHeart, Stitcher, Podbean, you name it. We are free, and we really appreciate you down with OTT as well. Over-the-top television on Roku, we are free there. And you name it, we are free here with myself after every game with a postcast. Javi, day in and day out with your Locked On Padres podcast. You can't go wrong with either one of us, but even more baseball. How about this? You make us your first listener watch. Thank you so much for that. For your second one, check out the all-new Locked On MLB Game Night. Every game, every night, all season long. Local analysis on a national scale. Find MLB Game Night on Locked On MLB on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. Thanks to Monarch Money for being our title sponsor, and thanks once again to you for making this the best job in the world and every single day being here for us. You everydayers, right on down to the newbies on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I am Jim Grieshaber. Call me Grease. 3-2 Padres beat the Astros. See you tomorrow when from Detroit, it will be Vasquez on the mound for the 16-6 Padres. Until then, keep your game tight and your mind right, San Diego. We're out.